my channel. My name is Brian Craig, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. All right, so let's talk about this story that's being reported everywhere, including Breitbart and the Gateway Pundit, which are conservative sources, that Trump is considering replacing Pete Hegseth with Ron DeSantis, right? Okay. Now, there's a lot to say about this because a lot of people will say a lot of things, some of which I'll include here. But a lot of people will say, "Oh, we didn't get another person. He didn't get Gates. He didn't get whoever Trump picks, right? If someone for some particular reason doesn't get that cabinet post, like Gates, right? It worked out better, didn't it? It worked out better because who became the attorney general but Pam Bondi? Now, I love Pete Hegseth. Everybody loves Pete Hegseth. But if Pete Hegseth, for some reason, doesn't get the cabinet post, that's not a defeat for Trump. He'll pick someone else. Now, if it's Ron DeSantis, because that's what's being reported, that Trump is considering Ron DeSantis as defense secretary and replacing Pete Hegseth, which, you know, I haven't heard Trump say it, so it hasn't been 100% confirmed, but let's talk about that. Why would Trump do that? Why would Trump pick this Judas DeSantis over Pete Hegseth? Well, if something happens where Pete Hegseth can't be the guy, DeSantis has something that's very valuable right now. Very valuable. Trump picked Marco Rubio to be the Secretary of State. He has his Senate seat, Ron DeSantis. He has the Senate seat of Marco Rubio where he will make an appointment. Ron DeSantis is going to replace the senator and they'll have Marco Rubio's seat for 2 more years. There'll be an election in 2 years. The midterm elections will have a special election for the Marco Rubio Senate seat. That's a very valuable thing. So if it is Ron DeSantis instead of Pete Hegseth, so what? It'll be fine. Obviously, Trump, who was with Ron DeSantis yesterday, there was a funeral for 3 police officers here in Palm Beach that were killed in a tragic accident. And they did meet yesterday, DeSantis and Trump. So there is a possibility that the story is complete BS. And just because DeSantis and Trump were together yesterday at this funeral, it started speculation. However, it's both in the Gateway Pundit and Breitbart. So that gives a little credibility to it. Obviously, if that's the case, Trump has made a deal with DeSantis on who the replacement in the Senate is going to be for Marco Rubio, and that's pretty valuable. But it's not unusual for presidents to announce people to hold cabinet picks and not get it. And Bill Clinton's cabinet, as an example, Janet Reno was his third pick. Third pick. The first 2 that Bill Clinton picked to be the attorney general had some problems with. There were tax issues with nannies or gardeners. Zoe Bear and Kimba Wood are the names that pop in my mind. So this is just the process. Now the Democrats are going to jump on this. Oh, they're so desperate for a victory. So if someone Trump picks has to drop out or be replaced, he gets another pick. So what? It's no big deal. Trump's still the president. He's still the boss. Whoever he picks, they'll be working for him and doing his bidding. There's also another, the biggest possibility, if the story's true, is that Trump has made a deal. Okay, DeSantis, who's going to be out of work in 2 years and is unelectable, you'll be the defense secretary, but this is who I want to be the U.S. Senator from Florida. I'm fine with anything Trump does, aren't you? And that would make sense. There's also a possibility that the story is not true, but is being leaked by the Trump camp as a diversion. What's going on with Pete Hegseth, the military-industrial complex, it's full steam ahead against Pete Hegseth because they know that the party is over with Pete Hegseth. So they're working really hard to drop. I've said all along, I did a live stream on my way to work yesterday, and I've talked about this a lot over the last couple of weeks. President Trump is going to pick a lot of people that we don't like. He has a reason, and you either trust Trump or you don't. And Lori says she doesn't trust Ron. Well, if for whatever reason, I wouldn't say that Trump trusts Ron necessarily. I don't know, but he would be using Ron DeSantis for a purpose. So I trust Trump. You either trust Trump or you don't. And as far as I'm concerned, whatever Trump does, I am fine with. Trump, why is Ron DeSantis needed in Florida? Are you kidding me? We don't need him. So now all of Trump's picks are perfect picks for whatever purpose that Trump is trying to achieve. That's it. So now, if Trump gets an agreement on who DeSantis is going to make the senator here in Florida to replace Marco Rubio, that's a pretty good deal. Yeah. It's also possible that the story is complete BS and that the military-industrial complex, the liberals, or maybe even Ron DeSantis, his people have leaked this story out. That, Ron DeSantis is only governor for 2 more years. He's unelectable in Florida. And he's desperate for a job. But if he became the defense secretary over Pete Hegseth, I'm fine with that because Trump would have made it happen. So I'm going to support everything Trump does. There's a bigger picture here. Trump doesn't need us questioning him. There's enough people doing that. Well, the one negative I've seen this week with Pete Hegseth that made me, this was yesterday, that made me think things aren't looking good for Pete Hegseth is he's doing an interview, I think it's on Fox this week, and for him to do an interview defending himself is a bad idea. But then again, I don't think Pete Hegseth would do that interview without Trump signing off on it. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk, okay? And talk we do, don't we? I know, I wanted to be Pete. I do. Everyone loves Pete Hegseth, including President Trump. But he can still do recess appointments. The Trump camp could have leaked this DeSantis thing just as to distract away from Pete and then do a recess appointment. Who knows? Why is everything always about sexual misconduct? Because remember what Rush Limbaugh used to say, the Democrats have one old playbook. They run it all the time. It's a tired old playbook, and they run the same plays constantly. And sex is one that they're always running. For some reason, they've had success with it. They think heterosexual sex is a dirty violation. That's how the left present it, and they always push that. He has heterosexual sex. That's a disqualifier. If he was having gay sex or something, they would think it was a brave choice. But that's how they are. That's how these people roll. But no, if Trump picks Ron DeSantis over Pete Hegseth, I'm fine with whatever Trump does. Aren't you? Tell me yes or no. If you're MAGA, do you support everything Trump does, no matter what it is? I do. I trust him 100% to always make the right decision. I will never question Trump nor disagree with Trump. He only has a 4-year window to get things right. And he's going to have to do whatever he's got to do to get things right. And if you don't trust Trump to do that, you'll never trust anyone. That's it. Yeah. 4 years is not a long time. And, he's got a bit of a head start because he started early here in the president-elect period. But, He's got to move. Yep, you got to trust Trump's plan. Correct. Trust Trump's plan. Tammy is 100% correct. Now, make sure you guys subscribe if you're not. And if you're already subbed, do me the favor of liking the video. Now, this Ron DeSantis topic, that's going to be my main topic today. I already have that stream set up. You know, you'll see the thumbnail with Trump and DeSantis in it. So that'll be my main topic. No, I don't. Even after the midterms, Trump will still be going full steam ahead. But he's got to get as much done in the first 6 months or a year as possible. That's obvious. But don't let these Trump haters tell you if he picks a new cabinet member that it's some kind of defeat. This is what happens. You know, remember Judge Bork? Ronald Reagan picked Judge Bork to be a Supreme Court justice. He didn't make it. Okay, was he a failure? No. This is what happens with presidents and their picks. It's no big deal. But the left and the never Trumpers and the Democrats and the media are so desperate to have some victory over Trump that, oh, we didn't get Gates. Yeah, we got Pam Bondi, who really is a better pick, right? Absolutely. She'll be much more effective than Gates. I love Matt Gates, but Pam Bondi's better for that job. You know, and I bet you Matt Gates would even agree with that in private. Yeah, I mean, Lloyd Austin's an idiot. He's been asleep the whole time. Exactly. Remember, he went AWOL? Didn't tell the White House he was having surgery and that we had no defense secretary? So, you know, that is the way it is. But, you know, we should not be questioning Trump. It's crazy. Yeah, this is my Trump Butler fight shirt. Got this from Don Jr. I actually have a picture frame right here by the front door of my house in my living room with that on it. Trust his plan. That is exactly right. Trust his plan. and Trump most definitely has a plan. All right, guys, listen, I got to get back to my show prep and my coffee, but I'll see you in a little bit, all right? Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, if you're new, subscribe. I'll see you in a bit.